Was smoking all my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats overachieving, never slacking. And we got this Andrew Tate. This is called The Youth Are Coming. Motivational speech. And we're gonna hop right into it. Original link will be in the description. And is this my first or second time reacting to Andrew? Might be like my second time. But either way, we're gonna get into it. I'm still new to him. Let's do it.
If you look at anything that builds a man into a man, there's a degree of suffering. So many men say, I want to be the man, but they don't want to suffer. They don't want to fight. And I don't understand why, because even if you...
I'm going to give y'all a quick, you see he was doing that at the beginning. A majority of people aren't symbol literate, right? That's actually a mudra. Some people could say, a secret society, and some things do be secret societies, certain hand symbols, but there's also a lot of mudras you can do to influence the energy around you. So I definitely start to be symbol literate. Oh, not symbol literate. Sorry, definitely start to pay attention to symbols and not be symbol literate.
If you look at anything that builds a man into a man, there's a degree of suffering. So many men say, I want to be the man, but they don't want to suffer, they don't want to fight, and I don't understand why, because even if you look at a superhero movie, they tell you, even in superhero movies, they make it very clear, Batman's parents died, that's why he's Batman. It's very hard to become a man and have a man who's respected and has stories and is capable when he only had a nice life and nice experiences. It's usually the things that made you the best version of you are usually the worst things that happened to you. All the bad things have to happen. There's no way to get there without the bad things. Where do you find the strength when you're in these difficult situations? I always find the strength from my last name. I'm Andrew Tate. So I just have to do it. I'm in a Romanian jail cell. I wake up, there's cockroaches in my bed. They're all over my face. What am I gonna do, cry? Am I gonna go and sign a piece of paper and say I'm guilty? I'm gonna sell my brother out? No, I'm gonna take the cockroaches off my mouth. I'm gonna do some push-ups because I'm Andrew Tate. When shit really gets hard, honor and courage and bravery and your last name is all you've ever had. Especially with men, none of them are bestowed with the things that the masculine essence needs to be a good man. You need pride, you need honor. Matrix media, they say, why did you get so big? Because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, which every man knows is intrinsically true in his heart, because God has instilled him with a basic degree of morality of right and wrong. I'm saying things to a 17-year-old boy and he's going, he makes sense. I get it. Everything I was told so far just didn't quite click, but this does. And that's what they're so scared of. I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about how I have a pet peeve, and one of my pet peeves is painkillers. And I was being typical me, and I was going over the top. And I was discussing with this guy. This guy said, have you got any aspirin? I said, there's no aspirin in my house. And he said, why? I said, brother, you are not facing 1% of the life difficulties I am facing. Think about it. No government's trying to lock you up. The Matrix isn't after you. They're not trying to frame you. Nobody wants you dead. When God finally gives you a tiny headache to give you something to show you're half a man, a little bit of resilience, you pussy out and take an aspirin. Can't you just have a headache? Just have a headache. And not only just have a headache and don't mention it, because I don't care. So don't even talk about it. Nobody needs to know. What do you want? Do you want therapy? You want sympathy? Nobody cares you have a headache. Shut up. Like nearly any problem on earth, whether it's men's mental health, whether it's women's mental health, no matter what it is, whether it's crime, no matter what it is, how do you fix the problem? By building men of caliber, by building men of capability and status and honor and dignity, and by building men of ability to be good standing citizens who are respected by their peers. All of it comes back to improving men. All of it. Every single problem you can possibly name, it comes back to building strong men of capability who are respected. That's all. It's the baseline of humanity. Men always has been the baseline of humanity. And that's why nearly every problem we can name, all of them are in a direct negative correlation with masculinity. As masculinity plummets, all this garbage is going up through the roof. Is that a coincidence? Absolutely not, really not. You can literally see it with a graph, and you can see it happening. Saving the way men think and operate, growing a new generation of men who understand they have duty to themselves, their last name, and God, literally saves the world. All of it. women respect men who stick by their principles and their beliefs. And the principles and beliefs of a man are always to do what he is supposed to do, regardless of how he feels. You must train when you don't feel like training. You must protect when you don't feel like protecting. You must be a good man. And when you're actually a truly good man and a high value man, this is something I absolutely realized in jail. I have no problem suffering if the people I love are not suffering. My children are taken care of. The women I love are taken care of. My mother is taken care of. Everybody around me is fine. Even if they've removed me from my life and locked me in a jail cell, everybody I love is taken care of and is protected and is living good. I must suffer because I am a man. I am the head of my empire. I'm the head of the clan. Of course, I will suffer, but the people I love are not suffering. This is what God has bestowed upon important men since the beginning of time.
Not just important men, all men. The men in the Titanic as the boat was going down, about to be sucked into the icy cold water, some of the last thoughts in those men's head. I know.
When you die, you go to another.
Damn, this ad just broke me out of, I mean, I'm still focused, but that vibe there, the momentum, we back at it though.
Was at least I saw my daughter and my wife get on that boat.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to plunge into this ice cold water because there they are on that boat, away from danger. Everyone we love and everyone in the world who we care about was taken care of. And I said, Andrew, would you rather us both be at liberty, but someone else in our life suffer? Mom suffer, our kids suffer, the mothers of our children suffer? No, I'm glad it was me. I'm glad I was the one who was suffering and everyone else was okay, because that's what being a man means.
When you're a man, absolutely, you're right. It is our job to suffer so the people around us do not suffer. And that's why if you're a man and you're waking up every day and you're not trying your very best to be important or upgrade yourself or upgrade your character, or you're lacking motivation, then you have a serious problem, because it is your job to be capable of dealing with the insurmountable pressure which God is going to put upon you so that when you suffer, everyone around you does well. Our lives are set up that even if they throw us in a dungeon today, everybody we love will be okay forever. And that is what's most important. That's the most important thing.
That's success.
And that was absolutely comforting in jail when we discussed that and we said, everyone we love is okay. You and I just have to make it through this. And that's absolutely and utterly comforting. And if you're a man sitting at home right now, you need to sit and say, okay, if they plucked me from my life, if they picked me up and threw me in a room and locked me in a jail cell,
which can happen.
Which can happen to anybody, especially as they continue these matrix attacks on masculinity as a whole. Would your wife have a roof over her head? Would your children eat? Would your family be okay? Think about these things. This is what you're working for. You're not working to make money so you can buy a Lamborghini. You're working to make money and you're thinking outside of the box and you're becoming your best version of yourself so all the people around you will always be okay no matter what happens. It is your job as a man to suffer. And we did our job fantastically, absolutely and utterly as we should.
We always will.
And we always will. And everybody around us was okay. And that is extremely comforting in times of hardship because we're built for suffering. We were absolutely and utterly built for suffering. No matter how close I came to crying inside of that jail cell, I knew all the people around me were safe and all the people around me could eat. And that's all I cared about. I used my phone calls. When I would call other people and they were asking me how I was, I'd say, we don't want to talk about me. How are you? Are you okay? Are you okay with the media pressure? Are you okay? Are your bills paid? Do you have money? Can you eat? I'm in a jail cell in Romania. I'm making sure that everyone I love is okay. I don't need them to sit and worry about me. I worry about them. I sat in a jail cell making sure I could fix the problems for the people I love outside in the free world from a dungeon. That is what a man does. And you must prepare and set up your life for that. You must be prepared to be plucked from life. And understand that everybody around you who once relied on you will still be relying on you even when you sit in that jail cell. It's still up to you. You are still the man of the household. You are still the top G of your life. Only you. And if you don't pay the bills, who's going to do it? Your wife's just going to what? Go get a job, get like 5 jobs and raise your kids? How's she going to do that? You must be prepared for these things. That is what you're working for. So if you wake up every day as a man, and you say, I don't have motivation to become strong. I don't want to work hard and get rich. I don't want to try and become financially free. What you're saying is that the second you disappear from your matrix controlled job, everyone who loves you and respected you and relied on you is going to starve. How can you live that way as a man? Absolutely and utterly unacceptable.
That hit different. It honestly reminds me of, what does it say and it reminds me of the valley of shadow of death, right? It's like you gotta go through that darkness. That's where the greatness is made. That's where you find yourself. In a sense, like for all my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, like Goku and them when they would go in a hyperbolic time chamber and they would go through, it was the worst that brought out the best, that made them hit that next level, that made them go into Super Saiyan mode. They had to go into that hyperbolic time chamber. Goku had to fight Frieza on a planet that was being destroyed. It was like, no matter what, he knew he was going to make it out of there. Like, they had to be at risk of losing everything to be their best. So there's this quote. Let me see if I get this right. That says like, you know, what is this? How does this quote go? Hard times make what is it? Hard times make tough men, and dang, I gotta find that quote, man. But it's a real good quote. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. But it definitely goes with everything that Andrew Tate was just saying. Hard times make strong men, and in good times create weak men. Okay, that's the quote. So at the end of the day, it's like you gotta be grateful. And that doesn't really necessarily mean be toxic, and but at the same time, it's just saying have that energy to conquer the world. Don't be so quick to give up. Don't give up. Have a mentality of never giving up. It's like, I remember back a year ago, someone said to me, I'm gonna use me as an example. Someone said to me, you post so much, right? You post so much, like you should take a break or whatever. Respect, right? I've took my little breaks here and there, but I'm still beasting. And now I'm over 40,000 subscribers. It's because I'm not gonna have excuses at the end of the day. I'm not gonna sit here and cry and say, well, the algorithm isn't working for me or this and that, and give up. Because I understand it takes a almost psychopathic level work ethic to really succeed in anything. It takes almost an obsession type of work ethic. You have to fall in love with the journey with anything you do. And once you do that, when you fall in love with that journey, that's when you'll see the success that you want. People try new things, it doesn't work, they give up. That's the problem. I got friends right now who want to be streamers, who want to do this, do that. But when they don't see the success they want to see after 6 months, 7 months, it's not working, or they'll create an excuse in their head to stop. And that was the hard times. That was that darkness that they couldn't get through. And you have to be able to fall in love with the darkness, fall in love with the hard times. And that's when you'll truly, that success will come. It has no choice. You're leaving a voicemail. You're leaving a voicemail in the universe by what you put into your subconscious. Leaving a voicemail so the universe, your higher self, knows exactly what to put into your life, and that opportunity will come. But the moment you start to give up, you start to break, then the voicemails are changing, and the opportunities are going to come less and less. Because now you're going to be telling you're going to be leaving a voicemail for the universe. You're going to be telling them something else now, that you're not ready, that you don't want that. But you got to go through those tests in order to get that. Gotta go through those hard exams, right? Fall in love with the exams. Fall in love with the journey, right? Yeah, breaks are cool. Have balance, but don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit on yourself. The consequences for quitting, when you look back and you're at the end of your life, you're going to look back on those things. Don't have no excuses. So with that being said, that was Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. The youth are coming motivational speech. And just by that, I will definitely be reacting to more. Definitely. On this channel, I've been through strikes. I've been through, copyrights, this, that. I don't give up. It's not in me to. It's not who I am. It's not who I am. We don't give up. And whoever's watching this, you're not watching this by coincidence either. You know, it's because you left that voicemail somewhere in the universe, and the universe is putting this into your face. You know, it's responding to you through these messages. Believe that. Our heart has 60 times more, is 60 times more powerful than our mind when it comes to electromagnetic energy, which means we literally, what we believe, we literally attract. So condition your mind to believe that you'll never give up, that believe that you are going to succeed in what you do, fall in love with that journey, and you will see a change. But that change doesn't mean it's going to be overnight either. Shoot, it may be 2, 3, 5 years, but keep going. With that being said, much love. If you want more videos like this, hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell, and I will see y'all soon.